What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City transfer update. Big update this on Harry Kane and Cristiano Ronaldo. We will get into that. But before I crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, you want to help to support my channel, then do subscribe. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on daily Manchester City transfer updates for everybody to enjoy. Obviously, we're getting into the last, less than a week or so of the transfer window, so you want to stay up to date with everything happening with the transfer news with Manchester City, and I'm expecting things to kind of explode over the next couple of days. Then do subscribe, aiming for 21k subscribers now less than 900 subs away, so any help towards that would be fantastic. Social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Leave a thumbs up once more if you do enjoy this video, aiming for 500 likes, so any help towards that would be fantastic. Also, don't forget to leave your thoughts on what you made of these transfers in the comments below. In particular, missing out on Harry Kane, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Without further ado, let's crack on with this video, get into the outs first, and we've got more details on Morgan Rogers' loan, which has seen him join AFC Bournemouth, of course, and there is an option for them to make that deal permanent at the end of next season, so next summer. Now, it's believed that if Bournemouth are promoted, they're going to be offered a deal worth £9 million as an upfront fee and £3 million in add-ons to make that deal permanent. That's going to be a deal worth £12 million if Bournemouth want that, but that has to be them getting promoted. If they are not promoted by the end of the season, and they're going to be staying in the Championship, or they're relegated, which I don't think is going to happen, by the way. But if that happens, then they do have the option to make the deal permanent once more. However, that fee goes up. £12 million plus £3 million in add-ons, so a £15 million deal if they want to make that permanent. Now, I would have thought that if they got promoted, they'd be having access to more money, and City would have been asking for a bigger fee if they'd been promoted to the Premier League. But it's seemingly looking like City are going the opposite way of thinking here, and saying actually Bournemouth, they might become desperate and want to get that permanent transfer in if they aren't promoted, in a real push to try and get promoted, of course, with the parachute payments, and so Man City looking to try and perhaps exploit that, is what I'm sensing here, if you get where I'm coming from. And so, yeah, a lot of pressure when it comes to teams getting relegated to the Championship from the Premier League, because once them parachute payments end, the finances need to be all sorted for you to make sure that you're solidifying yourself as a Championship football club. And teams always having the risk, do they save money and cost cuts, or do they spend more and get that push to try and get back into the Premier League, so they have the guarantee of the Premier League money without fearing that their parachute payments are going to end. And often teams use their parachute payments to be able to spend big in the Championship, to be able to have the players that can compete to get promoted and can then compete in the Premier League as well. And I think that's what City are trying to exploit here. Not something I personally agree with, but there we go. Anyway, moving on to the ins, we've got a quick Dusan Vlahovic update. Now, Sports Witness are saying Manchester City, they're interested. His value seems to have come down from last week. It was €100 million. Apparently now, according to Sports Witness, €70 million. With Manchester City apparently prepared to spend €55 million on him, if that is to be believed. But word is, Dusan Vlahovic, he is happy at Fiorentina, and I am expecting him to be staying at Fiorentina. However, the article did say that that can all change and be turned on its head should one person make the correct phone call to the correct person, and that would be Pep Guardiola getting in contact with Dusan Vlahovic to say that he wants him at Manchester City. And they're saying if that phone call does happen, then Vlahovic, he'll want to leave Fiorentina to go and work with Pep at Manchester City. I'm not expecting City, with the Harry Kane news, of course, of him staying at Tottenham Hotspur, I'm not expecting City to be going in for Vlahovic, but that is just at this time of me recording this video, and things are ever changing minute by minute. So the best way of staying up to date with everything happening is probably to follow my social media, so I can keep you up to date ASAP with things happening, of course, as I'm rolling out daily Manchester City transfer videos. But once I put one video out, you don't get another video for, what, another 24 hours, and things happen in them 24 hours. So if you want in constant demand, then yeah, like I said, social media is the best place for that. Now, moving on, Harry Kane, let's speak about that now. Jack Gaughan had said that Manchester City were hoping to have a deal done with Tottenham Hotspur before, obviously, transfer deadline day, and was expecting talks to come over the next coming days. And I did make a note that we've heard this all before for the last few weeks, saying talks are going to be happening in the coming days, and these talks don't seem to be taking place, and everything seems to just be not moving and not progressing and stalling. We've been speaking about this now for the last 7 to 10 days about the possibility that Harry Kane may well not be coming to Manchester City. So the news, when it comes out, isn't a shock, and it is confirmed by Harry Kane himself, tweeting out saying that he stays at Tottenham Hotspur this summer. The saga is over. Man City apparently were prepared to put in a bid of 150 million euros to try and sign him. Tottenham Hotspur weren't interested, weren't having any of it, and like I said, Harry Kane's confirmed it from the horse's mouth that he stays at Tottenham Hotspur. So that Harry Kane eggs in one basket saga, it's all done. Harry Kane will not be a Manchester City player this summer, and that could well be the end of the matter with Harry Kane ever becoming a Manchester City player. And so this video more than likely is going to be the last ever video that I put Harry Kane in the thumbnail for a Manchester City transfer update, which I don't know what everyone else's opinion is, but yeah, I feel like I've milked the cow enough here, so we're going to have to move on and look at other players. And obviously the player on everyone's lips about a contingency is Cristiano Ronaldo. So here's the latest on that. Now, Fabrizio Romano said his agent is in contact with Manchester City. He's also in contact with PSG as well. The fee that Juventus want is 25 million euros. I'm hearing between 25 and 30 million euros. There's a release clause in his contract for him to release him from Juventus to join their club. You wouldn't have thought the fee to be a problem, but apparently there are sources suggesting that the fee is the problem here, along with a couple of other little hurdles too, so we'll see. Now, Juventus, in terms of being interested in possible swaps, and that has been hinted, say they want Gabriel Jesus, and City simply will not be letting Jesus leave. Laporte and Bernardo Silva's name have been mentioned. Again, I'm not expecting them to leave as part of this deal either. Now, we do have a good working relationship with Juventus. We have, of course, secured 2 separate deals, which turned into a loan deal in the form of Danilo heading out of Manchester City to go and join Juventus, and we got João Cancelo. And so it could be another case here that one player leaves City to go to Juve, and we get a player from Juve in the form of Cristiano Ronaldo. But we'll have to see. It's thought that PSG, although they're being linked, Ronaldo apparently isn't interested in joining them. He doesn't want to link up with Lionel Messi, doesn't see himself in the same team, but other people have been suggesting it all relies on what's happening with Kylian Mbappe. And over the last 24 hours, a bid has gone in from Real Madrid for Mbappe worth 150 million euros, which has been rejected by PSG. Apparently, though, PSG are happy that Real Madrid are putting cash offer into them, saying they're finding that very respectable. It's thought with Kylian Mbappe, I would sit here and suggest that we could go in with him. We've also got the 150 million euros to go and pay for Harry Kane, so we have the money to go and get Kylian Mbappe. But the problem is Mbappe wants Real Madrid, he doesn't want anyone else. And so if Mbappe does leave PSG, I would have thought that would be to Real Madrid. PSG holding firm on this one. They want Mbappe to stay. They still are confident that they can get him on a new deal. Mbappe, not so sure on that one, so we'll see. All I'm thinking towards that transfer is it's a lot of money for a player that's got less than 12 months left on his contract, and so I feel like if Mbappe makes it clear that he wants to leave PSG, even handing in a transfer request, something Harry Kane didn't do, of course, then PSG may well accept the next bid that comes in for him, and it more likely would be Real Madrid that would do that. Now, this deal with Ronaldo, it all comes down to Jorge Mendes, his agent. TNT Sports, they're saying that Mendes, he's still in Manchester, still having discussions with Manchester City. The word is that Ronaldo, he's keen on joining Manchester City. He'd like to leave Juventus. He'd like to go to a team that he thinks are capable of winning the Champions League, to give him good stead for him to try and win another Ballon d'Or. Automatically, I'm thinking there, in terms of Manchester City, Pep Guardiola doesn't like players that are individual based on there, but he's managed individual-based players before. Lionel Messi is a very, I don't want to say an individual-based player, but obviously he has his records speak for themselves, and Pep Guardiola found the best way of utilising Lionel Messi from his time at Barcelona, and he found the way of making it all about Lionel Messi to make him this big figurehead, and that was all thanks to the hard work that Pep Guardiola put in with Leo Messi. And so Pep does know how to handle and manage these kind of players, so I wouldn't have thought that that would be a problem. I'm just not convinced that Ronaldo is the type of player that we are looking for. I mean, we look at his age, we're looking, what, 2-year contract probably at best. We're talking more than likely the highest paid player at Manchester City. He's going to want to walk into the team. Is he going to help track back? Is he going to work hard for the team? maybe, perhaps. I mean, Ronaldo's Premier League experience, he's done it all before. We all know what he's capable of. He still has the quality there, and there's no doubting that he is a fantastic player as well. So we'll see. Ronaldo is in contact with players at Manchester City. He's speaking with Ruben Diaz and João Cancelo as well at the club. And so apparently Ronaldo is keen on that move. So it's all about if City want to make that move. Now, Marzio in Italy has said that Pep sees Ronaldo more as a winger rather than a striker. And in terms of Gabriel Jesus potentially leaving in the swap deal, City are plain simply saying no. And Marzio was suggesting that if there was a wide player to leave City to make room for Ronaldo, it'd be Raheem Sterling, but I just don't see Raheem Sterling leaving this summer. And considering we're not going to be signing Harry Kane, I would say it's very detrimental for us to even think about possibly letting someone like Raheem Sterling leave. Raheem Sterling's got a very big season coming up for him. He's got an opportunity here where if he doesn't want to be a winger, he could become a forward and a striker and score goals. So we'll see what direction that ends up heading into. But the deal is described as being complicated, and I think that's putting things very lightly. Now, Rob Dawson has said that Manchester City, they have not dismissed Ronaldo as a potential option, but they would like him to lower his wage. Like I said, City don't want to break their wage structure, so if Ronaldo lowers his wage, then City may well be tempted to make a move. The other problem that they've got is that fee. 25 to 30 million euros. Man City don't want to pay any fee to Juventus. Like I said, this might be a hint towards a potential swap, where if they do want someone like Bernardo Silva, he's the most likely player to leave Manchester City, that if they do want to sign Bernardo Silva at Juventus, then they could include Ronaldo plus some money, and that probably would be enough to potentially get that deal done. Now, the MEN are saying that Manchester City are considering Cristiano Ronaldo. There's lots of other sources as well, including Jack Gaughan, saying that City won't be making a move and City are instead going to settle for the season on what they've got. Now, City do have the option to have a look at strikers again. If we don't sign anyone this summer in the January transfer window, I'd say that's probably injury pending and seeing how we're doing for goals. Just want to give my opinion very quickly. With putting all our eggs into the Harry Kane basket and being confident and dismissing players like Lukaku, like Danny Ings, like Lionel Messi, these are the players that we have turned down making a move for, to say actually we want to sign Harry Kane, showing our full faith in Harry Kane, to end up not getting that deal done and him staying at Spurs is a blow. It's a blow to Manchester City. Yes, we have the players there that can step up to the plate. We have a fantastic squad already here. We showed it last season. However, with other teams strengthening, I've got a feeling that City's points tally will probably be something similar to what won us the league last year. I'm just not entirely convinced that that points tally will be enough this season to win the league with the other teams around us strengthening and getting better. We're going to find it even more difficult now to get points, particularly when it comes to tricky away games. We didn't have fans in the stadium, and I'll tell you right now, it does make a difference having fans in them stadiums. It becomes very hostile, it becomes very difficult getting away points, and every point matters when it's the Premier League. We already know this, and so I would have thought that City would have been prioritising bringing in a goal scorer. Sergio Aguero's left. Yes, he didn't play that many minutes for us last season, certainly not as many as what we would have liked, but Aguero still had the quality there, and I would have preferred to have had Sergio Aguero. Could have accepted not signing a striker. We still had Sergio Aguero. Go with it again, but we haven't. We're now a striker less, and so the responsibility is going to go on players like Ferran Torres. He's only in his second season. He's a very young player. Raheem Sterling. Everyone likes to jump on the back of Raheem Sterling. Not something that I agree with at all. And so people have said, has he got the finishing capabilities to allow Manchester City to win the biggest prizes of them all, to win the Champions League, to win the Premier League? We're talking about other players as well. We've got Liam Delap, of course. I mentioned him on Twitter in some of my tweets yesterday, including the expectation that's going to be put on Liam Delap now, because of this, it's great for him. He's going to get more minutes and more starts, you would think. However, I'm just hoping that our fan base aren't going to jump down Liam Delap, that if he scores a goal or two, that they're going to overhype him, and then when he ends up doing a game where he doesn't score a goal or doesn't play as well, because he's only a young player and it's a learning curve for him, that people will start to jump on him. And these expectations that go on these players, particularly such young players, I just don't think it's justified, and players need time to gel. They need time to find their feet, particularly when they're an academy player as well. It's very important that we get this management of these players right. So I would have thought it would have made sense for us, if we do see Liam Delap as a potential long-term striker at Manchester City, that we're doing everything we can to make sure there's a little bit of experience in the team, and we've got a player that can sit at the top of our front line and score goals, because ultimately if you're not going to score goals, you're not going to win the biggest trophies of them all. And so what direction do we go into next? To me, in my own personal opinion, if the transfer is doable, I'd go after Cristiano Ronaldo. world-class player. Transfer pays for itself in terms of revenue coming to the club, in terms of shirt sales, ticket revenue, interest in the club, and everything like that. The amount of interest that comes into Manchester City through signing a world-class player like Cristiano Ronaldo, it's such a big deal. And so, transfer kind of pays for itself, but we risk the problem of breaking our wage structure. So if we can get him onto our wage structure, then that ticks that box. He's experienced, he's good in the air, a great finisher as well. It's Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the greatest players of all time, and I think only a fool would argue against such a matter of Cristiano Ronaldo being a fantastic football player. And I think he'd be a really good player to have around our squad for our players to play around. I mean, just think about it. Cristiano Ronaldo is being fed in by Kevin De Bruyne. He's got Phil Foden, one of the most promising young players in world football. He's got Riyad Mahrez, a wonder of a left foot, playing around him. Gabriel Jesus, look how well he played against Norwich as well. He's got international world-class football players playing around him. I feel like he'd gel into our team, and to me, he'd be worth a 12-month or a 24-month contract, and then go from there, because not always does it have to be long-term replacements and long-term strikers. It doesn't. Sometimes short-term works, and I feel like with us missing out on Kane now, short-term would be the best option. If it's not Ronaldo, there might be a Lewandowski within the next 6 to 12 months that might come available. He would be another good option, knows where the back of the net is, knows how to score goals and get the job done. So, no harm there, but my concern is there, is what I'm saying. So I'm hoping that before transfer deadline day, we do go after an attack and we do go after a striker. Although, my gut instinct is telling me that we're not. We'll see what direction we're going. I'll keep you guys up to date with that every step of the way. I've waffled on long enough, so thank you everyone for watching. It is much appreciated. Leave a thumbs up if you did enjoy this video. That would be much appreciated. 500 likes is what I'm aiming for. Most important out of everything, love to know what you guys are making of this everlasting transfer window. It seems to have gone on forever in this striker situation. Ronaldo, Lewandowski, Harry Kane. What's your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Social media links in the description below, sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business enquiries. Go and check out my partner channels too. Links to them in the description if you want to go and subscribe over there. That would be fantastic. And I'll see you all again very soon for the next transfer update, which will be tomorrow. So I'll see you then. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.